Look! Up in the sky! It's a decimal! It's a fraction! It's Mathman!
Hi, I'm Bob Krish from Scholastic Instructor Magazine, and today we're going to take a look at a lesson I call Fraction Museums. When teaching students about abstract mathematical ideas like fractions, it's good to start with concrete experiences. And manipulatives are the perfect tool for giving kids that hands-on understanding. The third grade students in this video have already had a variety of experiences with fractions. Today's lesson is designed to help them show what they know by creating their own fraction museums. Have you ever been to a museum? Raise your hand if you've been to a museum. Okay, a lot of you have been to museums. Very good. At museums, you may notice they'll have an exhibit about something, and then they'll have signs or different kind of plaques that actually tell you about it. Have you ever seen anything like that, Maria?
We saw this piece of of a mummy, like part of the face for the tomb thing, and it had like writing at the back, and I forgot what it said, but it said something about the mummy.
All right, so there was information you could read about the mummy. Today, you're going to be making your own museum. What do you think your museum is going to be about, Antonio?
Fraction.
Yes, you're going to make your own fraction museum. Now I'm going to make two right now just to show you the idea, a little bit of a model. And I'm going to build a fraction exhibit like this. And then I want to have a sign explaining it. So I have these little cards that have been cut, and you'll be doing the same thing, creating your own sign. And I'm going to write about a certain fraction. For my exhibit here, what am I trying to show my museum goers? Folly? 1/4. I'm going to build another one. So I have these, all right, and I'm going to write about this. Tell me about my exhibit a little bit. Anuj?
2/3.
2/3. So I've just built two exhibits of fractions for my museum. But then there's one special thing you got to do at your museum. You have to build what we call a mystery exhibit. A mystery exhibit is when you build an exhibit, only this time you do not write the fraction, you write a question mark. Because later on today during this lesson, some people are going to visit your museum, and they're going to have to figure out what your mystery exhibit is. Do you think you know what to do now? I don't want to share too many examples, but at the same time, students need a clear idea of what's expected. The big question is this: can they transfer what they know about fractions and apply that knowledge to a variety of materials? I like to keep things open-ended by not asking for a predetermined group of fractions. That way, students are free to try many options and demonstrate the full extent of their knowledge. So there's 7 different pieces here?
Yeah.
And the 3 are blue? The 3 are red? 3 are blue, right? That's cool.
Are there any more of the chips?
And is this the 2/6?
Something.
Which are the 2? The blue. So 1 whole and 2/4. You're going to write that. Okay, that's good. I'm good with that. While walking from desk to desk, it's easy to individualize the lesson. I ask the more advanced students to stretch themselves and create more complex fractions. And for students who need more practice, I ask them to create more basic fractions, like 1/2, 1/4, 3/4. That way I can tell if they understand the concepts. This is a great time for assessment and differentiation. Oh, interesting. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. Oh, 6 pieces. So 2 out of how many?
2 out of 6.
This 2/4 is this one, right? What would be an equivalent fraction for this one? 1/2, yeah. So if you want to do the equivalent, you could also write the equivalent, but that's really well done so far. So it would be 3 out of 9. And how would you say that? 3 what?
39.
Perfect. Louise, you're really getting practice. I'd like you to bring a pencil and a clipboard back to that area where we started. So now we're going to have a chance to visit. and this is what we're going to do. You're going to have a partner assigned to you. So for example, let's say that Maria and I were partners, okay? So Maria, I would have my exhibit, and you would have yours. And each one of us is going to get a paper like this. Okay. You would write your name at the top, and then you would write what museum you visited. So I would put my name, Mr. Kretsch. Museum visited, I would write Maria's museum. And then it says fraction exhibits I saw. So I have to go look at Maria's exhibits, and if I see, she has 1/4, I have to write 1/4. If she showed 3/8, I have to write 3/8. Maria, your job at the museum is to explain to me why you called that 1/4. She can't just say, oh, here's 1/4. She has to say, oh, I called it 1/4 because 1 out of the 4 pieces was green. So you actually have to give your friend a little tour of the museum. And of course, at the bottom, what do you think's there at the bottom of the page to write about? Antonio? The mystery fraction was. When you get to the mystery exhibit, what you want to do is you want to write what you think it is. Then talk to the person about it and say, is this right? And they might say no, or they might say yes. If they say no, then ask for more information. Have them explain it to you. Like you might say, what colors am I supposed to be looking at? And then they can tell you, and they can say, oh, I think I know what it is now. So when I call you, what I'd like you to do is come up. I'll give you your papers. You can put them on your clipboards, and then you can go visit the museum. Antonio and Nihar? Having students visit each other's museums has several benefits. They get practice interpreting and recording fractions, as well as using the proper symbols. They also get to stretch their thinking by seeing other examples they might not have considered.
You're trying to find the green. You're judging by each piece. Yeah, that's it.
And then there's
And that's what you call a half too. That we're judging by the color over it. That's one's half.
there's 16 bucks.
That's a very good explanation. That's a really good job. You're a good curator.
10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 70, 90, 100,
230 out of 230.
You want me to tell you? 240
What is it?
250 out of 250.
You're not allowed to have more than one there. This one's 1/4 because, anything.
Okay, Matt Signal, please find me with your eyes wherever I am. If you finished with your partners' museums, you are now able to go walk around and visit any museum you want. It's very interesting to take a look at what the mystery exhibits are at other museums. So as you finish, go right ahead, take a walk around, just be very careful as you walk.
200. Oh, 1. 10 to 12. 20. 20 to 20. 20 to 30. 20 to 40.
We finally found it out. 3 out of.
With only 5 minutes remaining, it's time to call the class back together one more time. Well, you guys did a great job today. You really did a lot of wonderful creative kind of things with your fractions, but we're going to stop for now, and we'll do more fractions another time. So good work. Give yourselves a clap. Nicely done. Having kids curate their own museum is a great way for them to show what they know. And here's a tip. You can use the museum strategy with almost any math concept. For example, they can create multiplication museums, decimal museums, or geometry museums, just to name a few. And using manipulatives, as we did in today's lesson, it's got many benefits. Manipulatives allow students to make meaning of mathematical ideas. They also give teachers a revealing opportunity for assessment, and they provide a fun, hands-on learning experience for students.